Hey everyone, I can't wait to share with you how to conjugate verbs in Spanish. I'm going to be covering how to conjugate verbs in the present tense, which means that the action is happening right now, this minute. It's not in the past, it's not in the future, it's happening right now. I'm going to be sharing how to conjugate AR verbs, ER verbs, IR verbs. And I'm also going to be showing it on a whiteboard to make it much more easier to understand than me just explaining it. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions. I'd love to answer them and help you out. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell to turn on your post notifications so you don't miss out on any of my amazing, fun, wonderful uploads that I have to share with each and every one of you. Let's get to conjugating some verbs. In Spanish, you're conjugating depending on the person that the verb is being used with. In Spanish, these are the people that you can conjugate for. Yo, which is I. Tú, with the accent above it, is you, and it's for someone that you're familiar with. Él, ella, usted, which is he, she, they, but this they is for those that you're unfamiliar with. Nosotros is we, and we have ellos, ellas, ustedes, which is a group of guys, a group of girls, or they, unfamiliar. Now I'm going to show you how to conjugate some AR verbs. When you're conjugating an AR verb in the present tense in Spanish, you're going to use these different endings for the AR verbs. You're conjugating for yo, which is I. The verb will have an O at the ending. If you're conjugating for tú, which is you, familiar, it's going to have an AS on the ending. If you're conjugating for él, ella, usted, it's going to have an A on the ending. If you're conjugating for nosotros, which is we, it's going to have amos on the ending. If you're conjugating for ellos, ellas, or ustedes, it's going to have an AN on the ending. Now I'm going to show you some examples of some AR verbs with these conjugations. For this example, we're going to use the verb hablar, which means to talk. To conjugate a verb, you're going to take off the ending, which is the AR, and you're going to put on one of these new endings. So if you're conjugating for yo, which is I, you will have hablo, because you take off the AR and you put on the O ending for the yo or I form. For tú, you're going to have hablas, because you take off the AR and you put on the AS ending for conjugating for the you familiar form. You conjugate for él, ella, usted by taking off the AR and you put on the A ending. So you'll have habla. For nosotros, which is conjugating for we, you will have hablamos, because you're taking off the AR and you're putting on the AMOS ending. For ellos, ellas, ustedes, you're going to have hablan, because you take off the AR and you put on the AN ending. For ER verbs, you're going to use these endings as well as for IR verbs. For yo, there's still going to be an O in the yo form. For tú, which is the you familiar form, it's going to be ES. For él, ella, usted, it's going to be E. For nosotros, it's going to be emos, which is EMOS. For ellos, ellas, ustedes, it's going to be en. Next, I'm going to show you an example of an ER verb with these conjugation endings. The ER verb we're going to be conjugating is beber. That means to drink. We're going to take off the ER ending and we're going to put on one of the conjugation endings. For yo, which is I, it'll be bebo. For tú, which is you, it is going to be bebes. For él, ella, usted, it's going to be bebe. For nosotros, it'll be bebemos. For ellos, ellas, ustedes, it'll be beben. Conjugating IR verbs, you're going to be using these endings. Yo, you're going to use o. Tú, you're going to use es. For él, ella, usted, y. Nosotros, imos. Ellos, ellas, ustedes, you're going to use en. I'm going to show you an example of conjugating an IR verb right now. Here's an example of conjugating an IR verb. This is the verb escribir. Escribir means to write. We're going to take off the IR and we're going to put on one of the new endings. So we have yo escribo, tú escribes, él, ella, usted escribe, nosotros escribimos, ellos, ellas, ustedes escriben. I hope this helps you to understand conjugating verbs in the present tense. I would love it if you would give this video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what else you would like to know about verbs and conjugating them in Spanish. I'd love to help you because I've taken 4 years of Spanish and there is nothing more meaningful to me than being able to share what I know with others and being able to help them. Thank you so much for watching this Spanish present tense AR, ER, IR verbs conjugation. It was so much fun to film and even more fun to be able to share with each and every one of you sensational subbies. I hope you learned a lot from this video. I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell to turn on your post notifications so you don't miss out on any of my amazing, fun, wonderful uploads. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I don't want you to miss any of them. Also, be sure you're following me on my social media. My Instagram is Comedy Creation. I love to share library hauls, book reviews, beautiful breakfasts, lovely lunches, and delicious dinners. They all can be found right here, as well as follow me on Twitter. My Twitter is Comedy Addict. I love to play hashtag games, but what I love even more is being able to share my thumbnails from my newest upcoming videos on my Twitter fleets and my Instagram stories. On my Instagram stories, I love to add a countdown that when you click on the reminder button, it will turn on a reminder for you and also let you know when the video will be going live in your time zone. So make sure you're following me on both of my social medias. My Instagram is Comedy Creation. My Twitter is Comedy Addict. I can't wait to see you in the next video, subbies. Until then, sensational smiles go for miles. Be sure to subscribe and stay a while. See you in my next video. Bye, subbies.